I really love when game companies have their own engine, like Red Engine for CDPR. I'm pretty sure Larian also has their own engine. The problem is maintaining your own game engine makes it a lot harder to hire people to work on your game, because you need to hire them, you need to teach them how to use your engine and things like that. Unreal 5, lots of people learn that no matter where they work and all this. So Unreal 5 saves time, saves dev time, because besides working on the game itself, they probably need a dev team that not only trains people how to use the engine to make the game, but also work on the engine itself, updates the engine to have new technology and to be able to do new things, because Red Engine has been used to make this game, Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk. Those are very different games. That's a lot more for you to worry about when you're making a game. I personally hate Unreal Engine 5. But if not having two different dev teams allocated for both building the engine and making the game and having everyone working together to make a great game, if they believe that that will allow them to make a better Witcher 4, I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. Because so far, every game I have played from CDPR I have loved, including like Thronebreaker, their Gwent game. So, especially when it comes like to writing and story, I feel like CDPR always had that strength. The reason why I'm not a fan of Unreal, it's because usually games made in Unreal Engine give me a lot of trouble and headache, and they're very finicky, and I know it can mean the people releasing those games' fault, but at the same time, it could also be, I don't know, something about the engine. I just don't have enough knowledge of game engines, or I don't have any insider information to know what are they giving up and what they are taking in very small details, you know. But again, I do know that for a fact, running your own engine is a lot of work. The compiling shaders is fucking bullshit, and it's every fucking time you open the fucking games, right? Another thing that I see Unreal as a downside, but that's definitely not going to be a problem for CDPR, is that a lot of games are looking the same. A lot of games are using the same shared assets. A lot of games feel the same. They play the same. And like, for more that The Witcher 2 is clunky and I hate the combat and all this, my brain actually loves that it feels like I'm doing something new. It's one of the things also that I appreciate Kingdom Come. With all the flaws that the combat of Kingdom Come has, I still can't help but appreciate that somebody's trying to do something different when every game nowadays is Unreal Engine 5 with the same type of attack and dodge type of combat. I don't know, I find that one of the best parts of a game is being bad at it. Finding out the world, you know, getting better as you go and learning about it. But nowadays, when every game is kind of like the same, you're already at the start good at every game, and then there's not much for you to learn and to improve, and it feels like it takes away a little from the journey. I miss that, you know? I love many different games, and I want every game to be in a way unique. Even if not everyone is gonna like every game. Imagine if every game would be Minecraft. If every game would be Fortnite, PUBG, because those games are a lot more popular than any of the RPGs we play. I really appreciate people making RPGs, because I have the feeling that those people are not making those games for money. Because if they wanted money, they would probably be making other types of games. If money was the only thing. I feel like if I'm going to hate in one thing in games, I think that the thing that I hate the most in games is the minimap. And I actually have probably 1 or 2 hours worth of reasons why. And I find that a lot of problems that we have with modern games is because of the minimap. And I only realized that after playing Morrowind. Isn't it crazy? I find that it's more likely I'll find shit like this in older games than in newer games. I find that things that you have to like break and interact with your environment and think a little to be a lot more rare nowadays. There was a time where this happened a lot more. And I love this. It's almost like nowadays games are made for gamers to not miss out on anything and also to not fail anywhere. I don't want that. I want to be lost. Delete the minimap. Give me directions like in Morrowind. Make me look at the world. Make me appreciate the things that are there in the world. Because here's what I believe that the problems with minimaps. When minimaps became mainstream, somebody realized that most players were following the minimap instead of looking around. And then what happened? They stopped putting as much effort in environments and putting hidden things like this because people were less likely to see them because they were just busy following their quests, just looking at the minimaps. There was a time that you actually had to look around. In fact, whenever I play games, I'm always lost. I can go to the same place 500 times and I'm always lost. And when I played Morrowind, I actually realized why that was the case. On Morrowind, I actually had to pay attention to what the NPCs were telling me. And they would tell me to look for a rock near a waterfall, and I had to cross a bridge in the way to a certain town. So, to me, getting to a quest was actually fun because I had to pay attention. I couldn't just brain dead follow a minimap or a quest marker to the quest. I had to look around. I had to find things. It was engaging. It was part of the game. And sometimes when I got to the quest, I was like, shit, I forgot what I had to do here. Because it took so much of my attention, and it was so fun for me to go and find my way, that by the time I actually got to my quest, I forgot what I was supposed to do. And that was fucking amazing. Morrowind reminded me of something that I had lost in gaming. Of something that was absolutely gone. And Morrowind made me realize that minimaps not only took away the fun of finding things in the game, looking at the world, exploring, finding things that maybe, were worth looking for. But it got me so accustomed to following a quest tracker that people thought it would be okay to make an interesting world. That people thought that I wouldn't miss when they made AI-generated worlds. Because I was just looking at the minimap anyways. So why they should waste time in making handcrafted environments, handcrafted levels, with interesting things, with hidden secrets, with things that I can destroy and maybe find something else. Because nobody's gonna find them. Because everyone is entrailed by the minimap. And I feel like that's why so many companies think nowadays that it's okay to make AI-generated shit that we're not going to notice and we're going to love the games just as much. It's because we stopped paying attention. Because we didn't have to pay attention anymore. How many secrets I have missed while I was just staring at the minimap like a zombie? I want more of just going around and finding random shit. I can't go in! Ah! What is this fucking bullshit? There's a chest in there. There must be another hole. Jesus Christ, is this what blue balls feel like? I love when games make you feel feelings like this, When you're happy you found a secret, and then you get fucking disappointed because you can't fit in. That's what I'm talking about. I want to feel things. Because as a gamer, if I'm not feeling things like this in game, I feel like a lot of us are frustrated and saying dumb shit online instead of playing games. When I tell you guys that I simply just love games, it's because I simply love games, I can't imagine my life without playing video games. I grew up playing video games because of my dad. My mom, she never played much except solitaire, but she always cheered for us and she was always part of it. And when I finish my stream that I play games all day, I go play different types of games that I assume that my stream audience don't want to watch, but I still want to play. I just love seeing the different things that people are doing in games. I feel like we're in the best time to be around for video games. For example, if you're into movies and you study movies, There is a science behind movies. There is like a way that people use that's the optimal way to make movies. There's even the optimal way to gain Oscars. It has been enough time that people have made enough movies that they mastered the art of making movies. There is like a way that you start making movies, there's a way that you go about the middle, and there is the way you go about the end, and it's a lot more like mechanical. When it comes to video game, the way that CDPR does games is very different than the way that a solo indie dev does games. The way that Larian does games is very different than the way that From Software does games. And there is no recipe. Because right now, we just don't fucking know the formula. We don't know what's the best way to make video games. So there is a bunch of different people making a bunch of different things and trying to shoot their shot in a bunch of different directions. So right now is the best time to play all kinds of different shit there is out there. I know the different people like different types of games, and I just love seeing all the different shit there is out there. I feel like now is the peak of the art. That's why I think we're so lucky to play all the games we have. All the new ones, all the old ones. We have a lot to look forward to.